The director of Spider-Man No Way Home is coming to the Star Wars universe. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be breaking down the news that Jon Watts is coming to the Star Wars universe to direct episodes of an upcoming series, and I'm going to get into that here in a second. But before I do that, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts or speculation for the show, and make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one. So news came out today that Jon Watts is in talks to direct a new Star Wars series for Disney+. And this article is from Discussing Films, a great Twitter account, so I'm going to break it down and give you some of my thoughts on this news. So the article breaks down how Jon Watts is speculated to direct at least one episode of an upcoming mysterious unannounced Star Wars series for Disney+. The working title of the show is apparently Grammar Rodeo, and it's speculated that production will start for this series as early as the summer. And perhaps one of the best pieces of news from this article is that Jon Favreau is going to be executive producing the show, and this is huge because Jon Favreau is the guy who we all kind of credit for saving Star Wars or bringing it back to the mainstream in a way that it hasn't been before, with The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and of course he's going to be doing Ahsoka, and of course he's going to be executive producing a lot of these Star Wars shows, kind of making his own Marvel Cinematic Universe here on Disney+. The article goes on to talk about how Jon Watts is going to be directing at least one episode of the series because the man is pretty busy right now. Now, obviously, Jon Watts is the director of Spider-Man No Way Home, but he's directed the entirety of the No Way Home trilogy, including Homecoming and Far From Home, and for me, I thought he was a really strong director in all three of those movies. He definitely understood the assignment when it comes to the coming-of-age vibes. Now, how much of a hand did Kevin Feige have in No Way Home? We'll never really know, but I think Jon Watts deserves a lot more credit than he gets, and it's really exciting to see him get these kinds of opportunities. He's also going to be directing an Apple TV Plus film starring Brad Pitt and George Clooney, and he's also been tapped to produce Final Destination 6 on HBO Max. Now, for me, I don't know how I feel about Final Destination 6. I thought the fifth one ended the franchise so perfectly. Very nervous about that one, but I still think that he has a little bit of a horror background because he did that clown movie back in the day. So apparently the casting breakdown for the show was discovered, and it said that they're looking for young lead roles between the ages of 11 to 12, as well as an older role from age 30 to 40, specifically for a man. Now, if you hear this cast information for a Star Wars project, it's pretty safe to say your mind goes automatically to Jedi, and I'm right there in that boat. So my speculation based off this little tidbit of information we got for the casting breakdown is that I think this show is going to focus on a Jedi Master and a Padawan, but not just any Jedi Master and Padawan. This isn't going to be some new Star Wars story. I have a feeling this is going to be pre-Phantom Menace, and it's going to feature none other than Qui-Gon Jinn and Count Dooku. I think this would be an extremely cool series to see. We didn't get enough Qui-Gon in the Phantom Menace, so I would love to see them explore him at a younger age and really explore more of Count Dooku and his turn to the dark side. I think this would be a really cool show to tap into, especially with Favreau producing and maybe Filoni coming in to direct an episode or two, plus the coming-of-age vibes of a Padawan coming into his own. I feel like Jon Watts has experience directing that in the Spider-Man trilogy, so this would be a series that I really hope Disney Plus pens. It has been described as Stranger Things in space. I can only imagine this is going to deal with a young group of kids or Padawans coming of age, but how cool would it be to see a young Qui-Gon with Dooku? Another project that it could be is like a young Din Djarin story, kind of like his origins and coming of age, but I feel like they could just save that for flashbacks in The Mandalorian as opposed to greenlighting an entire show based off it. Now, if they wanted to really dive into Star Wars, really like inside baseball with it, they could make a spin-off series of the Clone Wars arc that dealt with the Padawans in Season 5 of the Clone Wars. That would be a cool little story to tell, but at the same time, I don't know how much it would fit into the current canon, and I don't really know why they would want to dive into this little arc from the Clone Wars because not a lot of people have explored all of the Clone Wars stories. The article talks about how the show plans to wrap filming by December, which in my eyes means we'll get it in sometime in 2023, and hopefully we'll get an announcement sometime by the end of this year, maybe in May around Star Wars Day or even around Star Wars Celebration. We can get a little more tidbits of information about what this show is going to entail, but I'm excited for it. You bring Jon Watts on to direct a Star Wars project, you have my interest piqued immediately, and bringing in someone from the MCU also makes me ponder the question, what is Kevin Feige's Star Wars produced movie going to be? Only time will tell. Also, could this show tie into The Acolyte, the show that's taking place pre-Phantom Menace? I'm not really sure. I hope we get some more information on that soon as well, but I'm very excited for the future of Star Wars, especially with The Mandalorian and what they're doing with characters in the Book of Boba Fett and of course the Ahsoka show. I really love what they're doing with Star Wars TV right now, and I hope they continue this trend moving forward, and who better to bring on than Jon Watts to direct an episode or two, as well as Favreau producing. The show sounds like it's in pretty good hands, but are you guys excited? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you hope to see out of this show? I definitely want to talk about it in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future Star Wars coverage, news coverage, and all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.